Hello, I'm Laura Kyle in Kuala Lumpur. The top stories here on Al Jazeera. The United Nations is estimating up to a quarter of Pakistan has been affected by the flood disaster, and a second wave of flooding is looming over some of the most populated parts of the country. Army helicopters have been flying aid into the worst affected parts of Sindh province in the south. The UN says dams there could burst in the coming days. Well, Pakistanis have begun observing the holy month of Ramadan, but the floods have led to food and water shortages. Millions of people have little or no food to break fast. The floods have killed around 1,500 people and affected nearly 14 million. The Canadian Navy has boarded a cargo ship carrying nearly 500 Tamil migrants from Sri Lanka. The vessel is travelling off Vancouver Island on the west coast. Canadian authorities have declared the asylum seekers to be refugees, but expressed concerns that some may have links to the Tamil Tigers. Journalist Carolyn Jack has more from Vancouver.
The 490 migrants include men, women and children. We don't yet know what numbers are. How many women and children, we don't know. We also don't yet know the health of those migrants. There are reports that they've been at sea since May. So that is, nearly 3 months at sea in a cargo ship. It's uncertain what their health condition is. There have been some unconfirmed reports that there's one dead aboard the ship, but we don't know that for certain yet.
Another 8 people have been killed in northwestern China's Gansu province after heavy downpours overnight. And forecasters are saying up to 9 centimetres could fall in the region on Friday, triggering fears of even more landslides. More than 1,100 people were killed in last Sunday's mudslides. More than 600 are still missing. Myanmar state media has announced the country will hold its much-anticipated national elections on November 7th. 40 political parties have registered to contest the vote, the country's first in 20 years. The polls have been criticised as the military government's way of cementing its rule. Iraq's most senior military officer says his troops may need another 10 years before they can assume all security responsibilities. The US plans to completely withdraw by the end of next year. For all the latest updates, you can log onto our website, the address aljazeera.net/English.